someone there?
When I was a girl, I thought my home was a prison. Seems pretty silly when you're actually in one.
I'll try and make this quick. Well done indeed. Over here. speak to our chief right away. You have returned with the gauntlets. Enter. Speak to our chief right away.
These people are what Dinya would call heathens. I don't disagree. It's up to you, but I think it's better if we leave. Mara would not approve.
I don't believe it. You found the Forge Master's fingers. You've impressed me, Outlander. No one else has returned from this task before. By the Code of Malakath, I name you bloodkin to the orcs. Let it be known among the strongholds that you are family now. Feel free to trade with our smiths for orc weapons and armor. Train with my warriors, or purchase poisons from the wise woman. Welcome to our stronghold, bloodkin.
I have poisons for your weapons, and cures for your ills. We have lived in Skyrim since before the Nords came. Our way is simple. All work to make the tribe strong. Only the bravest are allowed to lead, and to marry. A great chief is able to attract many wives and raise bold children. Wise women like myself are mothers of chieftains. We guide the tribe and advise our kin on what is most pleasing to Malakath. He is our creator and master, the Daedric Lord of the Sworn Oath and the Bloody Curse. Malakath teaches us to honor all words with action, to demand blood from your enemies and strength from your allies. He watches over all orcs as his children, a truth those who leave the stronghold are quick to forget. Ah, so you're an alchemist then? Soon, I will be of age. The taste is bitter. I envy you, Outlander. You can choose to leave if you wish. I am Lorik's daughter. Soon I'll be of age, and will be sent to marry an orc chief in some distant stronghold. Until then, I train. My new home will need strength, and my new sisters must know I am not weak when I arrive. No. A chief's daughter marries who her chief wishes. It ensures the stronghold receives a fair trade in goods for my absence. I used to look forward to the day when I was of age, to see new places and people. But now it feels like a cage. Yes, but I must stay here and wait for the day when I'll be married, and sent to another stronghold. It is our way, and I am proud to follow my people's traditions, but I can't help but feel chained. I couldn't. It would shame my chief, and my mother, and foremothers. You're right. Malakath teaches us to meet our fate. Perhaps this is mine. You already have someone to do your fighting for you. Don't need me. Malakath protect you.
I'm still here. I'm heading home if you need me.
Lorik is strong, but he has much to prove as chief. You should see my mother, Sharam, if you need a cure or a poison. Shufthers can forge you some armor, Outlander. Good to see you. Lead then. You have my steel. An orc follows to the death. I'll be sure to put it to good use. Let's go. You should see Sharam if you need a cure or a poison. Are you looking to work? The mines are nearby. You bring me ore, I'll give you coin. It is said that an orc first learns to wield a hammer in her mother's womb. By tradition, a mother always teaches her children how to smith. If a chief has a second wife, she is called the Forge Wife in honor of this. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Blades? Take a look. Mm-hmm. What can I do for you, friend? What do you need?
Yes, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy dying? What do you mean you could see that? You could see me aging? Because that's what I'm dying of. Same as you. I will be whatever I want to be, you brainless cur. I will not be courteous. What nobility I had left departed along with my fortune. No, I was stripped of it by the only thing that could affect someone of my eminence. I lost it to Dragonfire. Helgen. I was there. Somehow, I doubt that. One with your considerable waistline would have proved too tempting a morsel for a dragon to ignore. You are indeed in excellent shape. A perfect circle. Of course, there's no need to take offense. Appearances mean nothing to me. For one of your considerable girth, that may prove auspicious. Truth be told, I have suffered worse in the name of making my fortune. I wonder if you are spoken for. Which brings us back to my original point. I am in need of a suitable partner. One who can finance the lifestyle I've become accustomed to. Because, for all intents and purposes, I'd rather be dead than poor. And every second I am the latter brings me closer to the former. So, as the Nords are fond to do, I seek marriage without courtship. Time is short, and every day is worth 2 tomorrows. I inherited it. And by that I mean I earned every septum. My mother was a hard woman, and she treated her servants, her farmhands, and her children like hardened criminals. I remember we had an orc servant, bastard born, and every time my mother got drunk, she made it a point to remind him. She gave the poor sod a serving of knuckle pie for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 square meals a day, right square in the jaw. I don't have to imagine how much they hurt. I know the taste of it all too well. Yes, only the beatings weren't enough. Bruises heal, but the words stick you like a dagger. One day I asked a servant why he puts up with it. And he told me, same reason you do. For the gold. I learned a valuable lesson that day. The one with the gold makes the rules. Those without it are prisoners. Those with it can forever live free. And I aim to have both. As the Lady Ashwood, the purity of my blood shall never spoil. That alone will not return the comforts I deserve. By anyone who's anyone, yes. We own the largest farm in Helgen, but our most profitable venture was the stable. Many of the Imperial soldiers wanted horses bred from Cyrodiil, never knowing how poorly they handled the cold and the terrain. Whenever a soldier got transferred from other parts of Tamriel, we made thrice the gold that we did selling to Nords. And what should I do with it? Work the fields like some common harridan? I know my worth. And for one with my stock, there are only two sensible ways to make a fortune. By marriage, or by blood. And unless some wealthy uncle shows up with gold spilling out of his pockets, the only viable alternative is marriage. Don't be absurd. Wealthy men will abandon their children and leave their wives the moment they see my amulet of Mar. I am young. I am high-born. I am educated. I am the most devastating beauty Skyrim has witnessed in 5 millennia. What man wouldn't want this? Do you think yourself a poet for stating the obvious? If you fancy me, show your favor with gifts, not words. And who do you think fed the soldiers and reared their mounts? Ashwood Farm had a contract with the Empire, and they paid handsomely. With no Jarl, there were no taxes. And with a military garrison situated in the city, our homes were guarded tighter than the Blue Palace itself. Helgen was indeed a military outpost, and that is precisely what made it profitable.
The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drinks.
Oh, Sam was sanguine? Oh.
Don't mind the yelling. My parents are always going
Wish I
at each
could have
other.
gotten a way to communicate.
This is the Silverblood Inn. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Boley finally got someone out here. Well, it's about time. I've been waiting for weeks. Well, thank you for bringing it, I suppose. Have a good day. What? Oh! How could I have possibly forgotten? Your reward, of course. Of course. Here you are. So sorry about that.
Why do you always have to
Ah, yes. Here, take a look at this. Did you hear? The Hall of the Dead is closed. Brother Veralis isn't the most popular man in town right now. I'll show you to your
Hi there.
room. Right this way.
Make it quick.
Ale is cheaper than blood in Marka.
Huh?
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
Let me know if there's anything else you...
Something on your mind?
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
And often I'm allowed to gaze upon such a flawless beauty.
You should see that orc over in Understone Keep. Have him forge you some armor.
I have to wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thuan be taught? Like any skill.
Can't wait to kill another of Ulfric's boys.
The Silverblood family will be heard.
Good to see you. Hello, my friend. Trust like that is not freely given. Take a look. Malakath, watch over you.
Yes? Let's trade. Mara is the handmaiden of kind.
What can I do for you, Fred? What do you need? challenge is greatest.
Oh, eh? I'm a sword man myself.
No, Jarl. I'm afraid there isn't. I'm Igmund's uncle as well as his steward.
As his housecarl, Igmund's security is my chief concern.
Forsworn treat my people fairly, and I will do the same to you. When the Aldmeri Dominion invaded the Imperial City, the Legion all but turned a blind eye to the other provinces. Many of the disgruntled natives of the Reach used the opportunity to depose the Empire and founded what they called an independent kingdom. It was little more than a chaotic uprising, but the Reach was removed from Imperial authority for 2 years before we reclaimed it. But the leaders of the uprising refused our offers of peace. They fled into the hills and became the Forsworn. The White Gold Concordant, our treaty with the elves after the Great War, forbids free worship of Talos. But that's what we promised Ulfric and his men. It seems foolish looking back, but at the time we were hoping the elves wouldn't find out. So when they did find out, it was either we arrest Ulfric and the militia, or enter into yet another war with the Aldmeri Dominion. The choice was clear, and now Ulfric threatens the thinly veiled peace we sacrificed so much for. Are you a sellsword? I don't like your kind. No honor, no loyalty, unreliable. But I can't turn away a potential ally in these times. Let's see if you're better than a common mercenary. My scouts have tracked down one of the Forsworn leaders, hiding out in their blood-soaked camps. Deal with them. We will see. I don't know you, and I don't sell what precious property we have to outsiders. But if you're willing to work, and you prove to be reliable, I might deem you worthy to live here. My steward will handle things from there. I want no mercy for those Forsworn. Understand? Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one of those damn shopkeepers.
Staying safe, I hope.
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got what it takes, our headquarters is in Solitude. Until next time.
Trouble?
Silverblood family will be heard.
My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? God duty.
Good. You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
Mm-hmm. We need a reliable horse in the Reach. That's what we have. You treat a horse well, it'll take you to oblivion and back. If the crags fail to trip your feet.
City of Markarth sure is a beauty. No doubt about that. Where do you want to go? That's fine. Good day.
Be on your best behavior. Khajiit are few, but their will is strong. The sons of elsewhere are very far. The shield guards, the sword strikes. This is the Maker's design. But to survive on the battlefield, at times one must change their identity. That is in the past. Khajiit cannot change it, so it is best left alone. Until our next meeting.
Khajiit as well.
If such is
Yes,
fated.
you have coin.
May your beds be warm.
We are creatures of
and
the
your
desert.
food sweet.
The north wind chills us to the bones.
Welcome to Khajiit's humble camp. The roads of Skyrim lead to many warm slabs.
Welcome. Take a look. I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
City of Markarth sure is a beauty. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. You ever met one of them cats? Ajit, I think they call themselves. I hear.
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days? Everyone is obsessed with damn.
Past, present, and future. What are these but points on a map?
Another curious mind, is it? Come to Argus to find the answers to all life's riddles. Very true. But when the mead runs dry, they find that their problems are even harder to swallow. So, what is it you want to know? The answer to life's most difficult questions, or perhaps its most fundamental ones. They say I knew them all, but the truth is, no one does. No one knows what the next life holds. No one knows how to make love stay.
What is it? If you're looking for the court wizard, I'm not him. Farengar is the one you want. If you wish to speak with him, you'll find him somewhere in the general direction of boredom. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's this invention called wine that requires my immediate attention. Oh, all right, if you must. As the Nords say, make it quick. Brevity would be my favorite word if it didn't have 3 syllables. Now, wine, that's a good word. Short, sweet, intoxicating. People love wine almost as much as they love whining. I'm one of those people. I don't. It's the wine talking. Catch me sober and you'd hardly know I had a mouth. The problem is staying sober. The solution is I don't care. My name is Elderwin. I've come to Whiterun for the Skyforge and for Farengar. I don't see that as a negative. My Nord friends often chide me for neglecting the rich history of Skyrim, as if I was ignorant of it. They say, you know, Elder, there's more to Skyrim than just alto and spiced wine. And I tell them, yes, yes, I know all about your windmills and bards and 12 different words for cold. I only care about the wine. Really? No doubt from that knave Larkspur, telling everyone that I'm a battle cat under the sheets. The truth is, I don't even remember any of it. He does bathe, doesn't he? The goblet I drink from has been used by countless others, but it's still clean. When it comes to examining one, I'm still just a novice, although I have picked up the basics. Well, supposedly the color can tell you the wine's provenance, as well as the conditions it was developed in, serving as an indicator of how it will taste. Wine tasting is apparently all about discovery, yet I've discovered that I enjoy drinking wine more than I enjoy tasting it. So let the nobles sniff and swirl their goblets. I prefer to swallow my wine like a common rube. Yes, but there's still that extra step between me and what I want. It seems almost redundant, too. Like washing your hands before taking a bath. Yorland allows me to use his magical forge to craft jewelry. I use the enchanting table at Dragon's Reach to raise their value. Then I turn them around and sell them to Farengar, and he always buys them. I've never met a man so obsessed with necklaces. He says their enchantments are valuable. I think he likes to wear them. Maybe tomorrow I'll enchant him a dress to go along with it. Caves are the best place to find packs of wolves, or bears, sometimes even trolls. Unfortunately, by myself, they provide a bit of a challenge. There used to be 3 other mages in my faction, a motley bunch to be sure. A Khajiit, a Redguard, a Nord, and myself. Four mages can be a formidable party, especially when their talents complement each other. As a result, I can afford to make mistakes. Mistakes like trading our last healing potion for a flask of wine. Not a problem when the Redguard was there to restore my wounds. Thankfully, the one talent I do have serves me well. It turns out most feral beasts in Skyrim are susceptible to fire. Victim to the squalls of battle, I'm afraid. It matters not if you are a novice or an archmage. All it takes is a single misstep. The Khajiit was first. We all knew it'd be him. Then our numbers were 3. Next came the Redguard, then the Nord, and soon only I remained. Sarasa was brash and bold, and my kind of woman. Too brash for her own good, though. She wanted to trap grand souls instead of common ones. The most plentiful source of grand souls are mammoths. The most common place to find mammoths are giant camps. It was a short-sighted idea. We ended up wasting all our profits on magica potions, provided we even survived. Sarasa didn't. Giants are quite protective of their big furry cheese factories. Well, at that point it was just the 2 of us. Razan wasn't particularly missed, but Sarasa was our healer. Einar was a gallant Nord, if nothing else. We were exploring a cave to the northwest. A large, desolate space rumored to be inhabited by necromancers. We entered the main chamber, which was hollow, save for the long fangs of rock that jutted from the ceiling. It was in the shadow of these fangs that the spiders live, and from there they descended. We stood back to back as they surrounded us, his hands shrouded in ice, mine cloaked in fire. I wanted to set them aflame, to oblivion with soul traps, a waste of magicka and time, but Einar saw fit to waste both. Indeed, it was his soul trap that set them upon us. At one point I couldn't distinguish the live ones from the corpses, so I burned them all. We had managed to clear the path to the exit, however, and were just about to escape when a spider the size of the moon dropped from the ceiling. At this point, Einar and I were both out of magicka, and we each had one stamina potion left. Of course, mine was technically a wine bottle. It was an old vintage from the wineries of the Isle that I was saving until death. Einar asked me if I wanted to trade. He said I wouldn't have much use for it, seeing as I was going to live a long, healthy life. That old romantic. He was sacrificing himself so I might escape. I could never say no to that man. He drank the wine, wiped his lips, and showed me his teeth one last time. They were stained and red, but I've never seen a smile so bright. Then he pulled out his dagger and drew the ugly beast's attention while I ran for the exit. Like I said, somewhere northeast of here. It had one of those typical Nord names like Icewind Gulch or something like that. The Khajiit, Razan, was what we call a scroll mage. Not an ounce of magical talent, but one who desperately wanted to cast spells.
You want a
Where
drink?
He got the scrolls, he never said.
I'll see you around.
I thought he stole them, but he just as easily could have spent his share of the boon. It's not as if I ever saw him at the inn, or anywhere else for that matter. He was a paranoid cat as well, with a nose for things that didn't exist, always convinced there was a spy lurking around the corner. He should have been wary of his dealer. He purchased a bad batch of flame cloaks that ended up burning him alive. Fine. I don't really understand it myself. There should be more of me. It seems to me smithing and enchanting are two complementary skills. I can only assume it has to do with the stigma that comes with being a blacksmith. They say to wield a hammer, you must be as dull as an anvil and as strong as an ox, as if stupidity were a prerequisite for the craft. Although I have heard warriors talk of such things, they say the person who thinks too much on the battlefield lacks focus. In battle, having an empty mind certainly makes you more decisive, but the forge is not something that requires you to act swiftly. But I do like the notion of intelligence being a weakness. There are far too many mages who thumb their noses at common folk, as if worth was defined by the size of one's skull. Alchemists invented wine, farmers harvest the grapes, and smiths provide the tools. So, to me, each is worth more than all the mages in Winterhold. Well, don't quote me on that. It does seem likely though, doesn't it? Some alchemist trying to invent a new health potion stumbles onto a recipe for liquid bliss. I don't really understand. I can only assume it has to do with the stick. They say, although I have but I do like the notion of intelligence. There are far too many alchemists invented wine, farmers harvest the grapes, and smiths provide the tools. We are still talking about my interpretation of worth, are we not? So far, you haven't been at all useful to me. We really need to rectify that. One bottle and a fresh loaf of bread ought to do it. Better make it two, to be sure. I don't really I can only assume it has to do with this. Although I have but I do like the notion of intelligence. There are far too many alchemists invented wine, farmers harvest the grapes, and smiths provide. You forget how tedious farm labor is. Most of us would sooner dip our heads in the Skyforge before spending the day bent over picking crops. As I said before, the things we idolize are not often virtues. If everyone were a bard, the poetic Edda would be filled with verses about starvation. Be gone.
I enjoy this work well enough. Sure thing, it's yours for a day.
The security in Whiterun is terrible.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for sale, my friend. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Do come back.
Quickly, if you please. I'm quite busy running.
Good to see you. Good day.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
With it, you again? Why can't you people leave me alone? I'm no longer a scryer.
I'll be happy to assist you if you'd like to purchase something.
True, I have turned rather contentious of late. But that's precisely why you should turn away. Someone like yourself would glean no wisdom from the words of a drunken fool. Yes, I was once the court scribe for the Jarl of Markov. Few in power still believe in the practice, but the Reach has always been a place where the old magics were welcome. They said I could see time itself, like a map laid across my table. Because for all my visions and supposed wisdom, I failed to see my daughter joining the forsworn rebels. Despite all my fame and respect, I never saw the strain it would put on my marriage. I am best known for being retained by the king in rags, and for predicting his downfall. When Madanak took the throne, I told him in 2 years' time, a bear would come to reclaim it. Amused he kept me in his court, so that I could witness my own folly. The irony is that the scryers like myself make use of the old magic, the very one the Bretons espouse. But I never told him this, lest he take my words seriously. I don't know. I can't even tell you if they're alive. All my visions have gone dark. I could, but I fear such a confrontation could result in her death. Still, the thought is tempting. You're a persistent one, aren't you? Very well. Perhaps it is time I embrace the unknown.
Hello, friend. In the Hagraven or Horker, it matters not. We've got the arrows to fell any game. What are you hunting? Never mind. I don't want to know. Thank you very much for your business.
I once told Sapphire we should wear jade and sapphire circlets. She said it would make us look stupid. She was right.
From scryer to squire. Huh. Take what you need. I have nothing of consequence.
Yes?
Need something?
Sometimes I think that if I brought my daughter home, you would bring my wife back too. She always blamed me for pushing her away. To the gods, we are nothing more than nearsighted beasts. I can shoulder some of your burden, but at my age, I make a poor pack mule. I know not where the road goes.
trouble?
The Silverblood family will be heard.
Got to thinking. Maybe I'm the Dragonborn, and I just don't know it yet.
If you see any signs of Talos worship, it's your obligation to report them to me.
As his Igman's father was killed by Forsworn. I won't rest until they've paid with their blood. Rayrek is far too cautious, but I'll agree with him on any measure that keeps this city safe.
The Legion's always looking for strong... Keep your guard up. Until next time.
As a joke, one of the locals here asked me if I knew what he was having for dinner. Something about the way he said that bothered me.
What is it, Elf?
Treat my people fairly, and I will do the same to you. I'm impressed. Forsworn usually makes short work of mercenaries, but you took care of them. Here is your reward. Good speaking with you. The only thing we need to discuss is how many men it will take to flush them out of the hills.
It's not that simple. There are reports of Forsworn here in the city.
It doesn't matter if they're in the city. We fight them where they live, we won't have to fight them here.
They live here too, Magyar. That's what I'm telling you.
Good to have you by my side, friend. I need reliable people around. My guards, I want to... They are only a threat in the hills and along the roads where they live. Everywhere else, we are in control.
Mayor, good to see you. The finest weapons and armor. The finest weapons and armor.
need words.
Hello, friend.
What can I do for you, friend? Go where the challenge is greatest.
It's just me and my mother at the mill here. My father's gone. We don't know what happened to him. Why are they hurting each other? I hope you're not here to start some trouble. I'll fight you if I have to. My mother taught me the millwork trade. You know, which trees to cut and which ones to pass up.
Everything all right?
Someday, I'll take over the mill. When I'm old enough. I'm not afraid of anyone. Put a sword in my hand and I could defend this place if I had to. Millwork sure is boring, but at least I don't have to work in a nasty mine.
You have a grim look. I'll be sure to put it to good use. Lead us to our next task.
this place. It feels like we're being watched.
It's a simple job, Drennan. We get in, we steal the lexicon, we leave. Don't get jumpy.
If you two cannot handle this, we can find others to hire.
Enough. Their services will be more than adequate. Let us continue.
This place is unbelievable.
Indeed. Avanchenzell is as much a library as it is a city, built to hold the vast memories of the Dwemer.
Come on. I'm gonna put you down.
Waiting for what?
No one seems to know. Perhaps the return of the Dwemer. Perhaps the end of the world.
Best get rid of the ones we see, just in case.
An orc follows to the death. Fine. Let's trade then. Go where the challenge is placed.
I told you, we should have hired a thief.
We are thieves, you fool. We're stealing the cube.
And yet none of us can pick a damned lock.
to the gods. We are nothing more than nearsighted beasts. Again? Granted, I am not your father, but I advise you, child, to stop picking up so much junk. Until the darkness swallows us all.
You have a grim look. I'll be sure to put it to good use. Malakath, witness our deeds.
You remind me of the shadow scales from... It is large indeed. I did not anticipate Avangenzel's size or the time needed to uncover the entrance. A few hours sleep and we should be ready to continue through.
Maybe we should turn back. I don't want to sleep here.
Drennan, you do understand that the lexicon at the bottom of this place holds the accumulated memories of centuries of Dwemer.
Not to mention our pay.
So?
So we're not turning back, you fool.
Besides, you're not scared of a few sleeping metal men, are you, Drennan?
follows to the death. I'll be sure to put it to good use.
Lead us to our next task.
I know not where the road goes. My items simply moor me to this plane. Take them all.
an orc follows to the death. Fine. Let's trade then. Let's go.
I thought you said these things were sleeping.
You said they were sleeping. I said they were waiting. It seems a few of them were waiting for someone to try and take the lexicon.
Great.
With answers comes knowledge. I can shoulder some of your burden, but at my age, I make a poor pack mule.
will be nothing if we die in here.
Calm yourself, Freya. We are closing in on the Lexicon. I can feel it calling. We'll continue without Drennan.
So we grab it and we get out, right?
Once we have the Lexicon, we'll need to take it to its podium. I know what to do from there. Soon the Lexicon's knowledge will be mine.
Ours. Soon the Lexicon's knowledge will be ours.
Of course. Lexicon. Come on, quickly.
Something doesn't feel right. Wait!
An orc follows to the death. I'll be sure to put it to good use. Malakath, witness our deeds.
Heard about you and your honeyed words.
I was hoping you could help me.
Watch
It
the
seems
skies,
I've lost a
traveler.
ring that also... means quite a bit to me. It's made of
Never
gold
seen
with an
Mjolnir this
inscription on
upset
the
by
inside that says
city really
Sand
gets to
Elske.
I'm afraid not. If you're
Sure,
ever in the
sure,
market,
I'm a
How can
all
you be
you
certain?
and specialty
I may have
goods
just
always
misplaced
one
it somewhere in the
stands.
city.
Lady Mjolnir, if you lost a gold ring anywhere, I'm afraid
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself. All the crime and corruption in Riften is really getting to him. And now that we hear rumors about the dragons, he's been very depressed.
Come to see Balaman perform miracles with steel, eh? What brings you to Balaman today? Repair? Purchase? Take a look. Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The Forge knows the difference. Nothing like the smell of a white-hot blade, eh? Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The Forge knows the difference.
Would you like to hear a performance?
Very well. Please use it
gems,
for food.
potions, exotic ingredients, I'll have them all.
To oblivion with all of you! You rich piles of dung walking by us like we're not there, pretending we don't exist? How dare you!
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? How can a humble servant of Talos help you today? Talos bless you, my child. I trained our daughter Lilia as a healer to one day tend the shrine of Talos and replace me as a priestess of Talos. When the fighting began over the white gold concordat, she ran off to join the Stormcloaks. She had her father's fire. How could I say no? She died out there, only having tended to the wounded soldiers for a few months.
We never even found her body. The Empire burned all the dead. He's the protector of man, the Dragon of the North, the patron of all Nords. And despite the Imperials and their treaty, he will always be one of the 9 divines. A devout Nord would rather fall in battle and have his blood spill upon the earth than allow the Empire to strike his name from the divinity. Talos is part of our culture. He's part of our heritage and our tradition. He's Skyrim personified. To suddenly have all that wrenched away is like losing someone you hold dearly in your heart. The Empire already took my daughter from us, but by Talos, they will not take our homeland. Talos preserve you. You're not supposed to be in here. Blessings of Talos upon you. Well met, Branche. I've come by to browse your wares today.
Is it true you chased a thief from your home?
The Imperials think we need their laws.
Sure, I'm a dirty beggar. Why would you want to even speak to me?
Got to thinking. Maybe I'm the Dragonborn. I just don't know it yet.
Get in good with Remiel, then we'll talk.
The Thieves Guild used to run this city.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim. Always as fresh as the day it was collected.
Disrespect the law, and you disrespect me.
This should be good. Hello, friend.
Children.
Huh? What are you talking about? I don't even know what that is.
I told them that if I knew, I'd be a poet.
Look, you must have me confused with someone else. I don't want a bad reputation in Riften, but Helga's out of control. She wanted to try it in the stables, so I said yes. If you want the mark that badly, then go ahead and take it. Stay safe.
Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning.
Can I help you? If you're looking for a bed, this is the wrong place.
Any luck getting the marks from those men? Try and get those marks without violence, please. I don't want to be responsible for their deaths.
You looking for something or
yours.
what?
Aunt Helga.
Need something?
Why you... demean yourself with these people you barely know.
This heap of
They show
matchsticks
no
is what
real
everyone
love for
calls
you.
Helga's bunkhouse.
No, I'm
Can you
saving
stay
myself
here?
for someone
No.
special.
The
Someone who
bunkhouse is
loves
for
me
the
dearly.
working man, not some sort of
You're
luxury
wrong.
inn for
City
tourists.
and I are in love, and you're just jealous.
What? How? Where did you get these? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Look, we need to keep this quiet, between you and me, okay? No one else needs to know about it. If word got out that I'm practicing my Debellan arts in Riften, they'll run me out of town. Here, take this and don't mention a word of this to anyone, especially Svanna. I don't know why I bother.
Sorry about the mess. Keeping this place clean is quite a chore. Oh, I know. Isn't it wonderful? I bet she squirmed like a skeever when you pulled them out of your pocket. I think things are going to be a lot different around here from now on. And I have you to thank for it. Here, I want you to have this. It was my father's, but I'm certain you'll put it to good use. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. I can't wait here forever. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar, red who came riding to Whiterun from Hall.
What do you need?
How's it going? I wish I could be there. Stay sharp out there.
One thing that bothers me about today's youth is their lust for battle. They charge headfirst through the door, never bothering to read the sign.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire. I've been thinking of selling the inn to What can I get you? Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Need anything else? Just let me know.
What are you doing that for?
I'd be dead if not for Vignar.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Good to see you.
Shiny trinkets for your good lady.
Yes? When it comes to examining one, I'm still just a novice, although I have picked up the basics.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for sale. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Do come back.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. Welcome to Warmade. Take a look. Good doing. This with you.
Don't think you can barter with me like one of those damned shopkeepers.
I'm Gore's assistant. I help her with the forge.
Don't bother with Tacitus. Useless. It's an honorable craft. I'll show you what I can. All right.
Next season, nephew. Next season for sure.
Next season for sure. What? Uncle Calcelmo, I don't understand what you mean.
The excavation I captured. Right after I finish my book, we'll start excavating the Schuenzell again.
Could I maybe skip the excavation, Uncle Calcelmo? I just think you won't need me.
Nonsense. You're a vital part of my research team. You'll be there, have no fear. Now, I don't want to hear another word of protest. I have things to study. What is it? So you wish to master the arcane arts? So you wish to master the arcane arts? What? Oh, goodbye.
I'm Calcelmo's nephew. I help him around the laboratory.
Perhaps I see only darkness, because my items simply moor me to this plane. Take them all. until the darkness swallows us all.
If I knew what he was having for dinner, something about the way he said that bothered me.
If it's about the Hall of the Dead, no, you can't go in there. New to Skyrim? I was confused at first too. The Nords call their mausoleums the Hall of the Dead. It's where people in the city are buried. Fathers, forefathers, mothers, foremothers. I can't talk about it. Rest assured, the Jarl hears everyone's concerns. You will be able to visit the dead again soon. I was going to suggest the Jarl hire someone to sort this mess out anyway. We've discovered that some of the dead have been eaten. Flesh has been chewed off. Bones were snapped to get at the marrow inside. We haven't caught anyone or anything yet. It's like it knows when I'm there. If you can get to the bottom of this, the priesthood of Arcade will reward you. Take my key, and be careful. Tread lightly in the hall. You don't know what's in there.
Not many would walk blindly into a crypt, smelling of steel and blood, but not fear. I feel the hunger inside of you, gnawing at you. You see the dead, and your mouth grows wet. Your stomach growls. It's all right. I will not shun you for what you are. Stay. I will tell you everything you have forgotten. You were young when you first tasted human flesh, weren't you? A brother or sister had died? An accident, of course. Then the hunger set in. Curiosity. What's the harm in just one bite? It's okay now. You found a friend who understands you. You can let go of your guilt. A lot of our kind block out the memory of their first meal. The shame is too much. But you don't need to hide anymore. Namira, the Lady of Decay, accepts you for what you are. She has a place for us where we can sate our appetites without judgment. It's inside Reachcliff Cave. But the dead have stirred from their slumber recently, and I was forced here. Meet me there. We'll fight our way to Namira's embrace together. Until then, tell the people of Markarth that their dead won't be disturbed anymore. We have bigger plans ahead.
returned. What happened in the Hall of the Dead? Divines preserve you. You're a hero. We'll reopen the hall right away. Here, take my amulet as a reward. I look forward to our next meeting.
What is it, nephew? Can't you see I'm trying to think here?
I just wanted to know if you needed anything. Are you sure?
Stop bothering me, I can't.
Let's see those Stormcloaks try to break into this canyon.
The Silverblood family will be heard.
The Thalmor know how to deal with Talos worshippers.
Can't wait to kill another of Ulf's.
If you see any signs of Talos worship, it's your obligation to report them to me.
Good to see you. Good to have you by my side, friend. I need reliable people around. I can always count on you, can't I?
As his housecarl, Igman's security is my
I'm
chief
Igman's
concern.
uncle as well as his steward.
Yarok. Refused to see me all the night.
I need to ask you to stop. That shouting is making people nervous. Good. Glad we straightened that out.
Blood and silver, friend. Blood and silver.
What if the Forsworn come here? We aren't safe. Did you hear that? Pava was driven out of his mind. Almost everyone is dead.
Guess we'll have 2 more mouths to feed for a while. Don't have much to say, unless you're here to mine metal. That I do. If you want to grab a pickaxe and dig up some iron, feel free.
Another day, another
I'll pay
settlement
for
gets
anything you
attacked.
bring me.
No place in the Reach is safe.
Until
from the
next
Forsworn.
time.
I'm one of the miners. Plenty of ore to dig up around here.
Every orc learns the heavy labor of the mine. All spent years.
Dead or alive, free or in prison, Nananak has his fingerprints on everything the Forsworn do.
I work for Aldis. She runs the inn. You should head on inside. Aldis or Schooley can take care of you.
Ah, a visitor. Old Rolden Inn has hundreds of years of history, friend.
Yeah? If you got the boon, put it up and you'll have the fiercest warrior in all of Skyrim. What are you, entering some tournament or something? Think some giant is gonna kneel before the Jarl before sending you to the moons? Out in the real world, you need to be fierce. Trust me, I know. So are you hiring or what? Yeah, there is. There's something that's been bothering me for some time now. It's kind of embarrassing to ask, though. Well, I guess it's better to ask a stranger. So I've noticed there's this thing the humans and elves do when they press their lips together. Usually with someone they like. Is that what it's called? Well, in any case, I was wondering what that was like. No, you fungus licker. I'm no Debellin whore. I was just curious is all. Seeing that I can't exactly do the same, not with these tusks in the way. I was just hoping you could tell me what it's like, or at least knew someone who told you. Sounds like you read that in a book somewhere. I'll ask someone with a little more real-life experience. Yeah, well, I was planning on staying in Rorikstead. A place like that got people going east and west. Except there was already a sellsword there. Some guy by the name of Killer or Slaughter or something. Guy with a nickname like that must have slain hundreds, no, thousands of men. Where I come from, people don't call you Killer unless you have a reputation. for, you know, killing people. If you want a guy known as the Killer at your backside, be my guest. Uh-huh. Yeah? You hire me, and you hire the best. I don't take coin. I just have one rule. I keep what I kill. If that works for you, then you have my steel. Maybe because I'm not stupid. You see, these mercs take a job for 500 septims flat, just because that's the way it's always been. Some of these mammoth brains even do a second job on the house. Beats me. Whenever I ask why, they tell me to shut my apple pie hole. It's 500 gold because that's the way it's always been. Seems to me that's the stupidest reason I ever heard in my entire life. And I knew Chief Yamar's, so I've heard some stupid things come out of an orc's mouth. Not at all. Those other sellswords, you pay everything up front and there's no guarantee they'll even stick around. Me, if I don't kill anything, I don't get anything. So you know I won't run at the first sign of trouble. I know what's valuable. Jewels, orichalcum, nirnroot. In any case, I'll know it when I see it. I grew up in an orc stronghold. That good enough for you? Kynes Grove, little town in East March. You've probably never heard of it, but it's practically an Ulfric's kitchen. The best place you'll never see. You got all the convenience of the city with none of the hassle. You got the ocean to the east, waterfalls to the west, and hot springs to the south. I tell you, soaking in those pools is better than any healing spell. What? You saying someone can't grow up in two different places? I spent my childhood in Kynes Grove, and when I was big enough, I went down to Largisburg to train. At first, I wasn't sure if they'd take me. They asked me to brawl this real skinny female named Ugor. With the broomstick she called arms, I thought she was a maid. The egg was on my face when she knocked me from Frostfall to Sun's Dusk. They respected my will, though. Kept getting up and asking for seconds. Long story short, they took me in, trained me, made me the warrior I am. Better to ask how it's not. Go ahead, ask me. Well, they both got people living in it. That's pretty much it. Alright. If you want the truth, I didn't go to Largisburg out of choice. My father forced me to. He didn't want me to grow up some milk drinker like him, and he started getting this idea in his head that the orc way was the only way. After everything my mother did to get our family out of that backwards mess, he goes and screws it all up. My mother was a proud woman, and she wasn't gonna abide by their stupid traditions. She was nobody's third wife. Only the chief wasn't the type who takes no for an answer. Got brains as thick as Charis shells, these stronghold orcs. Which wouldn't be so bad if they didn't have the morals of a Charis too. She ran. Took off the night before her wedding. Had a cousin who stood guard and was willing to die for her. Probably did. After that, she settled down in Kynesgrove. That's where she met my father, one of the orcs who worked the farms. She died giving birth to her first child, me. That's one way of putting it. I say he was obsessed. Like he lost a part of his heritage by growing up a farmer. You can almost tell how embarrassed he was when some orc sellsword came by the inn. Or even worse, someone from the stronghold. Actually, almost isn't the right word. It was written all over his face. The shame. Well, at first he tried to make himself a warrior. Spent all our savings on blunted swords and worthless piece of armor. Eventually, he realized he was better off putting his energy into me. But the Stormcloaks aren't exactly opening doors to those who aren't their kind. Orcs don't exactly live long lives, and he was running out of time. So he drops me off in that cursed stronghold like some piece of scrap meat for the hounds. Mars? Yeah, I don't know if he was chief when Mother left, but if he was anything like that coward, I can see why she did. That poor fool didn't even bother to stop me as I walked out of the front gate. He was too scared I'd actually fight back. He can. All it takes is someone to challenge him, but it has to be a male or else I'd be chief myself. Lose your friend. An extra companion is like a vulture, stealing your kills. Uh-huh. You hire me, and you hire the best.
Tidings, Sirrah. My name is Asteria, a traveling bard on her way to Markarth. If you would like to hear a song, do not hesitate to make a request. I require no coin or patronage for my services. All I ask in return is the following favor. Should my verse please you, then I would be most gracious if you spread word of my song to the citizens of the Reach. I have played in provinces and castles across Tamriel, but I have yet to perform in front of a Jarl, as Skyrim was home to many renowned bards of legend. It is my hope that I may walk in their footsteps and pay tribute to their memory.
Not at the Bard's College, if that's what you're implying.
I'm very much a bard, however, or I wouldn't advertise my services as such.
If my skill were lacking, you would discover that soon enough. A sword maiden, for instance, could not profess her skill in battle and then show up to the arena with her armor on backwards. Nor can I claim to be a bard if my loot collects more dust than coin.
Even here in Old Hroldan, there's always someone with a story. A lost loved one, a new job, a family reunion, a long goodbye. And whether it's good, bad, or sad, a story always needs a tune. They say there are many roads to wisdom, but not all of them are interesting. I hail from Cyrodiil, but I've plied my trade in Hammerfell and High Rock, and have tales to tell from each. Certainly. For a fortnight, I had stayed outside the halls of Skingrad, in hopes of obtaining an audience with the Count.
After many attempts, I decided to head west, on the Gold Road to Gavach, passing through the tomato fields that quilted the land outside the gate. It was then that my eyes set upon a frail old man, weeping at the base of a tree. He had lost his sister to vampirism, and had walked all of Cyrodiil retrieving the ingredients for her cure. Yet it came at a terrible cost. From life came death, and from hope bloomed sorrow. She died less than 10 days after she was cured. For vampirism was the cure for time, and time is the deadliest disease of all. I hail from Cyrodiil, but I've plied my trade in Hammerfell and High... As you wish. It was not but a season ago, before I came to Skyrim, in the city of Elenher. There, I met a couple, hiding out in an old shack, tucked between a canopy of trees. 2 women, who fought on the field and fell for each other. A Thalmor Justicar, and an Alakir warrior. They knew their lives were short. They knew their story would end in tragedy. So, they asked me to tell their tale, so that it would not be forgotten. It's not a fairy tale by any means, nor is their love the kind we can easily digest. They betrayed their homes, their kings, and their gods, so that they could stay true to their hearts. I hail from Cyrodiil, but I've plied my... Of course. It all began when I joined a group of troubadours who traveled from port to port across Iliac Bay. We aimed to sail from the docks of Menevia all the way to Bethany, the tiny island that serves as the period to High Rock's western peninsula. 3 days into our journey, and our spirits were high, and our bodies drunk in wine and cheer. It all changed on the 4th. It was the 18th of Morning Star, that ancient day when the spirits wake from their wintry slumber, as they have for centuries since time began. Only what rose from the seas that day was no spirit. A serpentine figure, half a league in length, black as the void, with scales that glistened like a soul gem, hunting a flock of whales. The captain wasted no time turning the galleon around. Behind us, the ocean bubbled with venom as it sunk its fangs into its prey. Some say it was a water dragon. Others contend it was a kraken. And some will say it wasn't wine we drank, but skooma. I hail from Cyrodiil, but I've plied my trade in Hammerfell and High Rock. I am but a humble bard, and know nothing of either. Yet as a bard I can craft you a tale. This story begins in a Dwemer city, ruled not by kings, chieftains, or jarls, but by the people, so that no mortal may rule over another. However, where there is no throne, a mine owner seeks to build one, smelted from ore wrought by slaves. Slaves to debt, and slaves to a mistake, as there is no abolition for criminals and the poor. All right then. Greetings. I hail from Cyrodiil, but I've plied my trade in Hammerfell and... That would be a mistake, Sirrah. A bard can tell 1,000 tales, each more fascinating than the last. But her own life is not one of them. Bards are quite territorial, and there are many in Markarth who already call the Silver Blood Inn their home. In Old Roldan, I can ply my trade without having to contend for the floor. There's also the advantage of novelty. Just as a meal is most delicious when one's hunger is at its peak, the emotion of a song is best felt by those with virgin ears. Although I must confess, I do like the atmosphere of a traditional Nord inn. I love warm beds and homely smells,
And also Jules, although I suppose one of those three has nothing to do with Old Trolden. As you wish. What would you like me to play? You're in luck. As I hail from Cyrodiil, I am well versed in songs of all varieties, and songs of melancholy are my specialty. Waves touch the coast, harbored in twilight's blue. From dawn came the sunlight, and with dusk it fades from our view. Calm embraces the sky, while storms rage in our hearts. For honor, glory, and love, from Advil we do depart. The fire lights the path, and the salt it sprays in our eyes. But warriors born of stone, they are never afraid to die. Bells on the docks, they cry out for the mortal day. And winds sing the dirge for the words we never could say. And sails fly at half-mast in the color of evening's hue. And tears break the silence for the children we almost knew. When dawn kissed the ocean, from the golden light came our birth. And when dusk falls on the harbor, to the golden shores we will return. Greetings.
What can I do for you, friend? You need my strength again? I'll be home.
My throat's dry. Thank the divines there's a cure for that.
Yeah? Lose your friend. An extra companion is like a vulture, stealing your kills. Lose your friend. An extra companion is like a vulture, stealing your kills.
Good. May your weapons be sharp, and your prey fresh. Lead then. You have my steel.
How can I help you? As you wish. What would you like me to play? will be my pleasure, Sirrah. Ortho the Briton was very poor and worked his days at the general store. But every night he'd creep out back and put on his floppy jester hat. Bells on with bells on, he jigged and juggled with bells on.
You want a drink?
Forgot his troubles and forgot his woes, so long as his shoes had curly toes. Bells on with bells on, he jigged and juggled with bells on. A floppy hat brings a world of pleasure when one man's junk is another's treasure.
Yeah?
How can I help you?
What was that?